Clutch Trucker filmed before a live studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. Alright, the sleeper remodel project continues. This will be number 32. It is Saturday the 30th, Halloween Eve, or Halloween Eve, I guess is what it would be, since tomorrow's Halloween, right? So Halloween Eve, ooh, even though Halloween is officially All Hallows Eve, isn't it, what it's really called? So with this, the Eve, I don't know. Day before Halloween. Alright, after getting that top step up last night and in place, I liked the extra angle on it so that I can kind of make it over to the landing. So of course that spurred a whole reinvention of the whole step area. And I have to take into account these drawers that are going to be hanging down below these treads. And I decided I want to be able to use the whole tread length of the 11 and a half inches of these treads, even though they'll still go into the back at the 7-inch mark. So I kind of came up with a whole new plan. And in doing so, I had to cut some wood that I'm going to be using for the left side of the stringer to make a wall that is going to support the little drawer system. So let's look at that. All right, here's basically where we stopped last night with that top step up there. And then I put in this board that was filling that gap that I had left there specifically for this purpose. I thought I was going to be building further out on this and up to here, but I realized that cabinet's probably not going to be able to be put up there. So this is part of the whole changing the plans. But I did need to get the board cut, as it needs to follow the stepping of the stringer. And of course these are only 12-inch wide boards, so I have another one right there. And got it cut. I'm going to push it down a little bit. It's riding above the vinyl down there. But so that's going to create the wall on this side of the steps, and then the drawer system will be right there. So this all has to be done in conjunction with building the step area and the inside platform. So it all kind of has to work together. Got that other board cut there. And this one here at the bottom, it's just leaning a little bit. It's not flush, just so it'll stay in place. But that size just about right. So you can see we're creating a wall here on the left side of the steps. So I'm going to take all those out and get them painted. Alright, I got an initial coat of paint on those boards. With spray paint, you got to use it so sparingly, or else it'll want to drip on you. So I just put on one quick coat, let that dry a bit, and I'll come out and do another coat. So now in the meantime, while that paint's drying and so forth, I need to start working on the platforms inside the step area, which is going to be then the floors for my storage area inside the steps. Alright, so this will be the shelf inside the step area for, that would be 1, 2, the second step up. Because only the first and second one are going to have storage behind them. The third one, I've got a duct coming up behind that that's going to pop out the riser section for the APU, for the heat and air conditioning. So I had to cut my little shelf, had to cut little notches so that it can fit behind the stringer on either side and still fill up that room. So we'll see if we can get this to fit in place. Okay, so you can see there's a shelf in there now, going to the back wall, and it spreads out a little behind the stringers, so it's wider towards the back so it can cover the whole space. So that'll be one of my storage areas, and I'm just going to use the quick and dirty method to hang this thing up there because it doesn't need to hold a lot of weight. It's going to hold like my George Foreman grill or, you know, bottled water or other little supplies and things. I've got these little extra pieces that came off the board that I just cut to make the little shelf thing, and these will be my little cleats that I use to put up one under each side on the stringer and one on the back, and just quick and dirty screw it in because it doesn't have to hold a lot of weight. Okay, you can see that shelf's in place now. There's just little cleats underneath right there you can see on either side holding the shelf up, and on the back wall, if I get it to focus in on that, I put a little piece of wood there to extend that board down, and just stuck a bracket in there, and that's all it needs to hold that up. Like I say, it's just going to be for odds and ends and so forth, so that one's good to go. We're working on the next one. Alright, just give the boards another coat of paint. So they're now re-drying again. Alright, got that second platform in, or shelf, whatever you want to call it, because there's the bottom step, there's storage underneath there. Then on step 1, then that board now goes back behind the riser. That's going to be storage there. And then the third one up, there's going to be storage there. There's just not going to be storage between that step and the top step, because I have a duct that has to snake around behind it. Due to space confinements, I had to just use some brackets in here. You can see down there to hold that in. And then the rear of this one, I did the quick and dirty method. I just stuck a 2x4 up there for the right height, and that's screwed to that back wall because that's made of wood since I put the carpet on it. And I just stuck a screw angle down in there, and that's going to hold that platform just fine. Okay, boards were still drying out there, so I'm not able to put those in tonight. But did go ahead and put some carpet on that back wall there, and on that step, or on that, not step, but that's going to be a shelf. And on the shelf below it, wrapping around to that side and everything. You know, yes, you won't really see that because it'll be inside a cabinet, but I still want it to look nice. And, you know, the carpet's going to help keep everything a little quieter anyway. Did not get the carpet down in the bottom one yet. Just kind of ran out of gas tonight. It's 1:30 in the morning here now. It's amazing how time flies. And I still got to wait for those boards to dry anyway. So we'll finish up tomorrow with those boards on the side to create that wall. We'll put the carpet in on the bottom. We'll put the wings on each step riser so that I can put the steps down. And then we'll work on the landing back there. It's just amazing how much time all this takes. But, you know, I killed the whole evening and into the early morning just trying to get that stuff done. But, you know, that's the nature of this kind of stuff. So there you go. So here we are, update 32. We're going to continue tomorrow. Stay tuned, and thanks so much. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. A little more progress. We're still getting there, you know, but this whole step structure and everything had to be done carefully, and I had to think about those outside drawers that are going to be put on later, and making everything work with the landing. And since I decided I wanted longer depth on the steps, that meant reworking things again. So there we go. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe. Please like and comment if you'd like to. I get your comments usually within about 24 hours while I'm doing this project. And as always, don't forget about Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, and Sniff That Magic YouTube Fairy Dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Yes! Behold my Lord Ulrich, the rock, the hard place. Like a wind from Gilderland he sweeps by, blown far from his homeland in search of glory and honor, and we walk in the garden of his turbulence. Yeah! Alright, he's eyeing the strip. He sees it. Almost has it. Oh, so close. Come on, Rusty. There you go. Rusty enjoying his vegan strip bounty. Hungry dog tonight. He's eating it quickly. Alright, we need the happy dog look, Rusty. Look up here. Yeah, I think you're eating it too fast there, kid. Alright, Rusty. Look up here. You got it. Yeah, there you go.